98,
Right?
when Twitter existed.
So, hi, everybody. Welcome. We're live here yet again at a weird time. That's not Tom. That is
Hi.
Alexa wants to respond to everything, too. So,
Where do I look?
put it into
I
that
don't know what
shit.
to do with my hands.
So this is I have just on our two shots. This is your cam.
Okay.
Everything's talking right now.
Everything is amazing.
Yeah. So hey, so Dan's here. Tom is on assignment in DC this week, so he is not with us. Tom has died. But I'm gonna send a tweet that we're live because my auto little tweet thing here. Oh, there it actually worked.
There
okay.
we go.
Finally worked. All right. Cool.
Jeez, how many pillows do you need on this chair?
I just like to be comfortable, Dan.
They're two giant. How comfortable do you like to be, sir?
Here's the funny thing. I was looking for that the other day. And I was like, where did my I went and had to buy like a new bottle of ibuprofen because I was like, where the hell did my ibuprofen go?
Beautiful.
We found it. It was buried amongst the comfy pillows.
Gigantic frickin' pillows.
But aren't you comfy?
No, that's why I've moved
Damn
them.
it, Daniel. Oh, so this week we're going to talk about we were at SmackDown last night. That'll be the majority of this.
Yep.
We probably will. Tara says she loves you.
Oh,
She
I love you
she misses
too.
Tom. We miss Tom.
I
too.
don't miss Tom.
Wow, that's so rude.
I do miss Tom, but
We
I
all
can't-
miss
I mean,
Tom.
yeah.
You know. But that is what it is. He's got a job.
He
See,
does.
the good part is when my life gets crazy, he can just come in here and do this, and you can still sit there. And then you guys can shit talk me for a little bit.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I expect to be done in my absence. It's just nothing but shit talk. But
Just the hashtag shut up Dan. That
Hashtag
Tara just
shut
threw
up
out.
Dan, yes.
I love it. Oh my God, so good.
right, yeah. So we'll talk SmackDown. We'll talk Raw, and then we'll whatever.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
I don't know if we already discussed this, but I don't know if my voice is still recovering from yesterday.
Mine as well, and I had a 3-hour-long interview that I had to do today, where it was 3 separate like groups that I was interviewing with, and I was pretty much
God.
talking the whole time. So my voice is going to be just real
Yeah.
podcast quality voice.
This will be. You know what? I can fix it in post.
good.
So we'll keep this one kind of short and sweet anyway, because we just got a little SmackDown to talk about tonight.
A little bit.
Yep. So, what if I throw it into this shot and now we're on that camera? Now we're together on a camera,
We are,
which
but
is kind of cool.
I don't know if I can do the Jim Halpert, like turn and look at the camera as much as I was gonna do with this one.
Yeah. Well, you that's fine. I mean, more than likely I'll forget and it'll just stay in this forever. So, there you go.
Anyway.
All right, Dan. What do you say we do a podcast here, buddy?
Let's do some podcasting.
All right. So we'll do a little cold open, and then we'll play the intro, and then
Sounds
we'll go
good.
from there.
Sounds
cool.
good.
All right, let's do this. Hey, Tom.
Hi, JC.
You're not Tom. Who let you in my house?
I snuck in.
Oh, everybody. This is Dan.
Hey, everybody.
Dan is another member of Section 328,
This
part
is
of the
true.
family. Writes our beer reviews. Hosts a shit ton of other podcasts on his own that I'll let him plug at some point, maybe if I'm feeling kind enough tonight. But Tom is on assignment in Washington, D.C. this week. So we brought Dan in because Dan was with us at SmackDown Live last night. So we'll get his thoughts on that.
I was indeed. That was.
We'll get into it.
Yeah.
I can't
yeah,
wait.
That was something else.
And if we decide to actually talk about Raw, we'll do that too. But more than likely, we're just going to talk about our experience last night. So, yeah. Usually I have somebody throwing me many witty comments back at this point.
I'm sorry. Let's wind that back like five
Okay.
words. Go ahead.
Usually I have someone.
No.
Oh.
Like before that.
And then we'll talk about Raw if we want to.
But witty comment.
Perfect. All right, Dan, I need you to do me a favor, buddy.
Yes.
Ring that damn bell.
All right.
You're listening to the Cheaters Never Pin podcast, a proud part of the Section 328 network, bringing you all the best in wrestling from WWE, New Japan, and beyond. Now, live from ringside, it's Mr. Workrate and JC.
That's right. This is the hashtag Free Tom edition
Free Tom
of the Cheaters Never Pin podcast. I'm JC. Here next to me this week at the commentary table to the stars, my good buddy, Dan.
Hi there.
Yes.
I'm Dan.
So as we covered in the cold open, Tom's not here.
Yes.
So we've got Dan here.
Devotees to this podcast might remember me getting very, very drunk.
Devotees and our patrons.
Yes,
Over
patrons
at
is the better word to put it.
patreon.com/section 328.
Yes.
Yes.
Got to listen to me watching the first wrestling I've ever seen, but I don't remember any of it because I got sloppy drunk.
That show was an experience for all of us. I think it's time to do it again soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only this time I'm not going to get that drunk and I'll know what's going on.
That's true. So Dan has been a convert since the Drunk Wrestle podcast.
Yes.
Tell us about your journey to becoming a wrestling fan since last October or whatever it was.
So I've been intrigued with wrestling for a while, thanks to that Wrestling Isn't Wrestling video and the Mountain Goats Beat the Champ album.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about wrestling. It's just fantastic music. So I've been interested in it, and then my friends Kelly and Daniel invited my partner and I over to go see the Royal Rumble, and I was just like, well, I mean, I've got to get exposure to it some way.
Right.
And so I'm going to jump in at this Royal Rumble. And since then, my partner Kate and I have not looked back. And we have jumped in with both feet.
That's probably the best time of year to jump in. Because that's the beginning of the build to the granddaddy of them all, to the
Yes.
showcase of the Immortals, WrestleMania. So you got to get all the buzzwords in.
Yeah,
That's,
the grandest stage of them all.
Yep.
Yeah.
See, you got it. It's so exciting. So this was your first last night. We were all at SmackDown Live at PNC Arena in Raleigh. There was a Cheaters Never Pin sign on the air.
Yes.
Lettering could have been a little thicker. We'll fix it next time.
You'll fix it in post?
We'll fix it next time. I'll fix it in post.
Good.
Kevin Dunn or the other guy, Kerwin Silfies, who's the director. That's right. You're deep in the rabbit hole when you know the name of their live TV director.
Yes.
Please fix it in post. Thank you.
Just bold that puppy up.
Was this your first live event?
This is my first live.
Okay, all right. So, as someone I've been to everything but pay-per-views at this point because they hate North Carolina and I'm not going to drive that far. Tell me about your overall impression of a WWE live event.
So it was so much more than I expected, and I had high expectations.
Okay.
It was incredibly fun, and more so than just watching it from home. I think the crowd reactions help you get into it so much more, and the specifically the kids that were sitting behind us, they were so into it, and I don't think that their dad has broken it to them yet that it's not real.
But that's the best, right?
Yeah.
So every time I've been fortunate, every time I've gone to any kind of live event, I have either a child or even an adult who is just like, screw it, I'm here for 3 hours. Like, this shit's going to be real right now. And that is the best feeling in the world, because that's this is actually buying into the suspension of disbelief that is required to watch professional wrestling and fully immersing yourself in that sense. It's the best.
It was so great. And anytime they would try and get a chant going, of course we would jump in and join them. And oh man, it was just there was so much energy, which recently, as a Canes fan, it's not been the most prevalent place to have that level of energy.
So you're saying you're glad the crowd didn't break into 5 minutes of wails of sadness?
That is correct. Yes. Now, to be fair, I didn't stay through all of 205 Live, so
you should
that
have.
might have. Well, I had an interview in the morning. Kate had work at 7:15. Like, we had to get home and get some sleep.
Because that Cedric Alexander Buddy Murphy match in the main event
I am real sad I missed
that is, and it's so hard to judge, but that is the hottest I've at least seen a 205 Live crowd ever.
Yeah?
Yeah. That building was on fire for that match.
I mean, Alexander, another homeboy. You
Yeah.
got to cheer for the homeboys.
The hometown boy who's actually from Charlotte, but let's keep calling him the hometown boy and then totally backtrack and only call him home state the entire broadcast.
That's right.
Yeah, that made sense.
Yeah.
So talk about, let's see, where do I want to go with this? This is an interesting interview. Tell me about your impression of the presentation of the product, right? Not necessarily the action in the ring or the performers themselves, but what the experience of being in front of the I don't know, I don't even think they have a name for this set yet, but the HD set and the ramp and the lights in the ring and everything.
So, I mean, the presentation felt very similar to one of the times that I went to go see Van Halen with David Lee Roth.
Okay.
It was just like, these people can put on a show, right? Like, the music coming in when it does, the people and their entrances are so electric. And I think that the production is very interesting to watch, knowing, this is being filmed, but it's still a live event, but it's also, it's a live event to be filmed.
Right.
And that was definitely an interesting dichotomy to watch. And, of course, them all pointing out towards the side of the arena that had the fewest people in it.
Right.
Because they had to pack the stands behind them. But
yeah, that's definitely one of the odd things. And I don't remember it being as bad last night as I remember the last time I went to a Raw taping was commercial breaks.
Yeah.
So, I mean, at least the good thing with SmackDown for the last couple of years, since they've done the picture-in-picture commercial breaks, at least they keep the match going, so the live audience, the live crowd is entertained, even though it's nothing much is going to happen.
Right.
But I just remember at Raw, and that's 3 hours, and then so 4 times an hour every 3. It's just everything comes to a screeching halt for 4.5 minutes, and that was back in the day when and they still do it every once in a while. But not as much as I feel like they used to, where it would be we're going to do the first wrestler in this match, we're going to do their entrance, then go to commercial break, and then come back and do the other entrance. So they will do an entrance, then the arena will black out, the ref and the ring announcer and the talent is just in the ring, standing there watching 4 minutes of commercials on the Titantron, and then the lights just come back up, and it's like it never happened. Which is that will kind of snap you out of the reality of it.
Super surreal.
Yeah, it's weird.
I just watched this. I just watched everyone here pause for 4 minutes.
One thing I will say that I thought I would miss that I didn't miss was pyro.
Yeah.
I think it definitely adds to the show on TV. In the building, it will cause your ears to bleed. Just because of the sheer volume of what they use. I did not miss that.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad that there wasn't too much of it.
I mean, it's cool to watch, but shit exploding, of course it's awesome. So now tell me about watching the superstars live in the ring. And what your perception of a match is in person versus watching it with the full 800 camera cuts and 3 people yelling nonsense buzzwords at you.
So the ring seems a lot larger on TV.
Mhm.
But I think the moves are more impressive in person.
Okay.
Sometimes I guess it depends.
Yeah.
But like, there are times on TV when the camera angle they choose is the poor camera angle for that move.
Right.
And I guess maybe having like that static seat for the whole show, you have a lot fewer of those. Oh, that was a bad angle.
Right.
So you have a lot more of the like, man, that looked incredible.
Yeah.
But also then if they got out of the ring and around onto the floor, it became a lot harder to see what was going on.
Right.
And so you'd have to look up at the jumbotron and but yeah, the athleticism was quite impressive from several of the talent, as you call them.
Yeah. The superstars.
The superstars.
The men and women superstars of World Wrestling Entertainment.
Yes.
Okay, so let's run through the show now. That's kind of all the overview points, I think, unless you have anything else.
Real quick,
Yeah.
Shout out to the guy in front of us who was there with his son, who both absolutely loved everything that was going on. And he kept texting video that he was taking to someone who was in his phone as Poopy.
Shout out. I'm going to give 2 shout outs.
Okay.
Shout out to the guy on my right that I'm pretty sure Facebook Live the entire event start to end.
Oh, dang.
Because why watch it with your
Right.
eyes when you can watch it on your phone?
Of course.
Also, shout out to the guy and his son that were on my left, who I talked to them like the entire. They left as soon as SmackDown ended, which was good because I needed that space to flail during Alexander and Murphy because I did a lot of flailing.
Sure, so did they.
They were awesome to talk to the entire time. Like it was just cool. Like just other fans, just you don't know. Like first we sat down. Like when I sat down, they were already seated, and we were talking about. Oh, I was like, oh, who are you guys excited to see? And Dad goes, I'm really excited to see Daniel Bryan. I just wish Alexa Bliss was here. And I said, yeah. I said, but Charlotte's here and I'm good with that. He goes, yeah, that's a good thing too. And I was like, yeah, so, but we did get that. Well, we'll get to the dance off. We'll get to the dance off.
Get to the dance off.
SmackDown starts with Samoa Joe coming in, just grabbing a ladder and the crowd being like, okay, he's got a ladder. Where's this going?
All right.
Grabbing the briefcase down and cutting a promo on becoming Mr. Money in the Bank.
Yes.
Your first live promo experience, what was that like?
Oh, it it felt just a little. I mean, it felt scripted.
Oh yeah. I think it definitely feels that way more in person.
Yeah.
Daniel Bryan. So Joe starts running down Birdie and Bree, and so Daniel is like, "Oh hell no!" He comes out just screaming on the mic. Then Big Cass comes out and ruins fucking everything because that's what they pay him to do. And then he runs around with the briefcase. He also forgets which leg to sell at one point.
Yep.
Which was, I was just dumbfounded. Like, you know what knee you actually had surgery on and have been selling at live events for 2 weeks. Like,
Yeah.
get it right.
Yeah. There's more reasons why Big Cass is terrible.
I know Vince pushes him because he's tall.
That's all he's got going for him. He's tall and he's really oily.
He's so oily. Okay, here we go. Top 5 wrestlers you want to bathe. Go.
I want to bathe.
Yes.
Do I have to interact with them while I'm bathing them, or can I just be like,
No, you're just washing them.
okay, Big Cass definitely needs a bath.
Okay. So I agree with Cass. He's on my top 5. The next one on my list, Seth.
Yeah.
I do want to bathe Seth.
Yes. I do. I definitely want to be more actively involved with that one.
Oh, jeez.
But Braun Strowman just looks like. You know what?
I don't feel that way about Braun.
Bray Wyatt needs.
Oh,
a bath.
that's a good. Yeah. Okay, I'll put that one.
Just because, I would want to be there for his first ever bath.
Man, just gotta get the soap and all the hair, man.
Oh,
Massage it down to the scalp, damn.
Okay. Okay.
Buddy Murphy.
Yeah.
Without having seen in person. No, I'm putting him 5th on my list. But he's number 1 overall. I think you need a squeegee to get the layers of baby oil off of Jinder.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
And you also need, I think, 80 grit sandpaper to destroy the back knee.
Okay, that's fair. I can't say I've paid a lot of attention to his back knee.
I have.
I'm sure that you have. I will take a look at it next time I am forced to see Jinder Mahal on my screen.
Yeah. Whew, Monday night on Raw. Let's see. That's such a sidetrack. What happened next? I don't even remember.
After that was the Jeff Hardy.
No, that was the dark match. Oh yeah, we didn't even cover. We had a Jeff Hardy Shelton Benjamin dark match. That was pretty dope. It was
pretty
what,
great.
5 minutes, but
Yeah.
And Jeff Hardy goes over with a twist of fate and a swanton.
That was fantastic.
Get the hometown crowd
Yeah.
fired right away. So
That was the great way to do it.
yeah. And it's Shelton. Shelton's great. Cool.
Yeah.
We're fine.
It was a fun match to kick things off with.
Yeah.
You got to chant delete a few times because why not?
Well, yeah, you always chant that.
Yeah.
Let's see what happened after. I gotta look through my photos because I can't remember the
Yeah.
order of things that happened. Let's see. This is good. This is good podcasting.
This is real top-notch podcasting.
I know all the show prep we do.
Mm.
Let's see. There's that's there's big ass with this thing. Oh, here we go. So then we had the backstage promo with Paige.
That's right.
And she makes it a triple threat match between Joe and Brian and Cass later on to determine the final qualifier for Money in the Bank. She also runs into Absolution to tell Mandy she's going to have a match against Asuka later.
Yes.
Tell me about watching the backstage promos on the Titantron.
It honestly, I mean, it felt just like watching him on TV. Like it was, I wasn't sure exactly how much of it was actually going on backstage and how much of it had been filmed already.
Most of those are pre-tapes, so they're
Yeah.
done earlier in the day. It's rare they do a lot of them live.
I'm not surprised. I feel like there'd be too much sound.
Yeah. It also helps them to time the show out a little bit better.
Yeah.
Next up was Nakamura and Ty Dillinger. Nakamura comes out to everyone. I'm still going to sing his theme, even though you put rap lyrics over it, so I can't sing along to it. The joke's on you, Vince.
Also, I legit have been learning the rap lyrics because they're so much fun.
I still have yet to go try to find a translated version of them.
The bit that he repeats a whole lot is oh man, shit, I've forgotten it. I know the last one is "Don't you know I'm the best," but I can't remember the rest of it because, of course, I would not prepare that. I was just like, I looked it up and remembered it for 3 days. I got it. I'm fine.
I'm good.
I remembered
It's
it.
in there.
No, I didn't.
Banked it. Ty Dillinger comes out to the loudest 10 chants I think I've heard in months.
I had completely until 2 days ago forgotten that Ty Dillinger existed.
You and apparently the entire creative staff.
Yeah.
Very good match. Ty's a good
Very
wrestler.
good
We've known
match.
that for a while.
Yeah.
We've always known that.
If that whole count out bit was just to give Dillinger an opportunity to flash the 10, it was worth it because that was an amazing moment.
Nakamura running around counting the entire time. There was one part, I'm sure it was during a TV commercial break because they weren't doing much, because Nakamura was just kind of pacing around the ring, and it was kind of quiet in the arena. And so from my seat in the fourth row, I just yell, "What happened to you, Shinsuke?" And he just turns and goes and shrugs. And everybody like right around us, we all lost it.
Oh my God, that's
like-
so good.
I was like, I'm in his head.
You're in his head. You know what that means?
No?
You're gonna get either a knee to the face or a punch to the dick.
Ooh. Hypothetically, which would you rather have? A knee to the face or a punch to the dick?
Knee to the face. I gotta
Right?
do knee to the
That's what I was
face.
thinking.
Gotta protect the moneymaker.
That's our next poll that we'll put on Twitter.
Yes.
Would you rather be knee to the face or be punched in the ball sack? Let's see. Next up. Next up was the dance-off.
Yes.
Rusev and Aiden English come out to introduce Lana to massive Rusev Day chants because that
You have
happens
to.
everywhere in the world.
I'm surprised that they were able to like get away and come do a show on Rusev Day.
So how lucky are we that we got to go to a live event on Rusev Day?
it's another example of how selfless they are.
I know, it's
That
just
they would sacrifice their Rusev Day to perform for us.
somebody made a sign. I can't remember who, and I can't give them credit, and I deeply apologize. But it was like, I'm missing my family's Rusev Day meal for this.
I believe that was Emily Scott.
Okay.
And the idea was from our friend Ben.
Gotcha. So shout out to them.
But
That's
yes.
brilliant.
Top notch.
So they come out. Naomi comes out. She don't have no backup until it's time for the Uso Penitentiary,
Right.
which they got a crazy pop.
Seriously, I was surprised by that.
They have been so over since this whole character change, which is good. Everyone was so sick of seeing them in the face paint flying and yelling Uso.
Yeah.
Oh, just being smiling, happy baby faces. And now they're still baby faces, but they feel like humans,
Yeah.
which is cool.
Yeah.
So then we get the dance off. I don't know how it came across on TV because I haven't watched it yet. It was entertaining in the arena.
Yeah.
It was short, which was nice. I was
Yes.
so worried this bit was going to go on forever.
Yeah, that's not a bit to drag out.
And then they both did their dance battle, and then they went to shake hands, and everyone was like, "Yay!" And of course, then the heels attack,
Of course.
and then Naomi and the Usos get one up on them in the end.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is a great little
That's fine.
This is a great little vignette. Nice little story.
Yeah. If we needed to fill time, which I can't imagine why we needed to fill time with the roster they have, but okay. Can't even have AJ come out and cut a promo in front of the crowd.
Right. Yeah, no.
But whatever. The only time we got to see AJ was on the Titantron directly after this.
Yeah.
And he cuts a promo about Shinsuke.
But he was there.
He was. We got to
'Cause
see
he
him.
got to meet
He got to meet Jacob Slavin,
Slavin.
which I saw that picture before the event, and I was like, what is this world?
What is even happening right now?
And then I realized about halfway through the show, Jacob and his wife Kylie were sitting front row there on the on the side where the camera is, and I was like, "This is weird."
This is weird. Though I am a little bit sad. Did you watch the interview, like the brief interview that he did?
I watched, so it's like 4 minutes long.
Yeah.
And usually they're we're gonna post a video on Twitter. It's like a minute interview, and I'm like, cool, I can handle that. I watched a minute of it, and it was like, oh my god, you have no personality, Jacob.
Yeah. Did you see the part where he said that he likes the Bludgeon Brothers?
Yes, that's where I tapped out. Yeah, I saw a video of them online. I mean, I love the Bludgeon Brothers.
Do you?
Yes,
Why?
because their whole the aesthetic they present is so good. 2, Harper and Rowan are incredible workers when given the chance.
Their gimmick is bad, and they should feel
Their
bad.
gimmick is not bad. They come in, they just beat the shit out of people when they leave. How is that bad?
It's just because there's just nothing else to it. Have a little
What?
bit of something.
Oh, you sweet young fan. The whole point the whole point of like a brawler like that is they come in, they just kick ass and they leave. Like they don't need to be flashy. They don't need to do they just come in, they're like, we got some fucking hammers. Do you want that or do you want these fists? And everybody's like, I'll take the fists. And then they still lose. So good.
Okay.
And then they're like, well, fuck that. Now I hit you with my fist. Now I'm going to hit you with this hammer.
All right. Well, I need to give them more of a chance, I
Dude, it's
guess.
so good. It's so entertaining.
Okay.
Ah, Daniel. Let's see what else we got here. I have a bunch of pictures of, I guess, Charles Robinson came out next, and our entire section started chanting, "Thank you, Charles." Because it's little Nate. You don't know this. There was an entire storyline in WCW where he was, I can't remember exactly if he was Rick's son or whatever, but he was little Nature Boy. He had his own robe that he came out in and everything. Yeah. The next up was the New Day.
The New Day. I was about to
Versus-
be very loud and say New Day into this mic, which would not be good for anyone.
Entertaining. So, did not get a pancake. Was very upset.
Yeah, I
Wanted
can,
one to come flying in my direction.
I can imagine.
Would have tackled a child.
Yeah.
I was pretty hungry by this point.
I can understand that. I had some delicious barbecue nachos before the show.
I didn't eat anything in the arena because once I got into the seat, I was like, "There's no way I'm getting out of here."
Yeah.
And there's never like a break. There's never,
Right.
It's not like a house show where there's an intermission. And I was worried the dance off was going to be the de facto intermission, but then it was actually entertaining.
I'll be honest, I actually did run out and get more beer during the dance off and missed it
Daniel.
entirely.
I have a lot of pictures.
So does Kate.
Yeah, it was fun. So then we have the 6-man tag, New
Yes.
Day against The Miz and The Bar.
I think this was the match I was looking forward to the most.
Really?
Because I love the New Day. They
Okay.
are so much fun.
All right.
And I like the Bar. I love their entrance. I was very excited to see their entrance because it is one of my
It's still
favorites.
cool. Yeah.
And I was really hoping that the Miz would get embarrassed in some way because I'm not crazy about the Miz.
Right. I love The Miz.
I mean, like,
I cannot wait to watch The Miz and Mrs., by the way.
I'm not surprised at all.
So I just caught up on the last season of Total Bellas this week because I
Yeah.
totally missed it. So that way I can start watching this one. I'm also a season behind on Total Divas, I feel like, really deeply.
Where are you on Camp WWE?
I just have the season finale to watch.
Okay, all right.
How about you?
I'm actually a couple episodes into the second season.
Okay. What do you think about that show?
It's very hit or miss. It is aggressively hit or miss.
Yeah. Every episode's swinging for the fences,
Yeah.
but just
They don't.
not a good batting average.
I do love that their choice for Triple H to end every sentence with
Oh, yeah.
It is just very funny.
Well, because that's he
Yeah,
used
yeah.
to talk like that
Yeah.
until The Rock called him out in a promo one time and made fun of him for it, and then he just stopped doing it.
That's amazing.
Yes. Good 6-man tag.
Good 6-man tag.
Good bordering on great. I'm not gonna say great. It was very good.
It was a blast and everything that I wanted it to be from that match.
Yeah.
Going into it with like, this is the one I've been waiting for. Like, I'm very excited for it. It was very fun, and the kids behind me were all real big New Day fans. So
Yeah.
anything that happened, the ref was dumb because he missed all the cheating. He was
love it.
slow to count.
That ref was not slow to count. We'll get to the ref that was slow to count. That's the next match.
Okay, fair. But these kids were just like so behind New Day that like it was just that match was enhanced by them and their just
Yeah.
absolute love of it.
Next up was Mandy Rose versus Asuka. This is the match where the ref refused to count
Yeah.
for Mandy.
Yeah.
I don't know what he has against her. Or I don't know if Asuka paid him off. I don't know what it was.
Maybe it's that he realizes, like everybody else, that Mandy is obnoxious.
No. She is a golden goddess, Daniel.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So her gimmick here is just that she's attractive. It's a bullshit gimmick.
Is it?
It is.
It's been
a
done
bullshit
for
gimmick.
years. No, it's
Yeah,
not.
that's the thing. It's been done.
But she
for
lives.
years.
Daniel, she lives the gimmick, my friend. Really?
Yeah.
You're gonna this? We'll debate this one not on the podcast. There's no place for this.
I mean,
She real fine, Daniel. And she's very talented in the ring.
I think we're just gonna have to completely disagree on this.
So, and here's what I have to look at it from: how she was when she came into Tough Enough 3 years ago, to knowing that she worked the whole developmental system and got to where she is now. It is night and fucking day different.
Okay.
Like, she has a presence to her, which I like. I had started to get high on Asuka finally because I never really cared for her. I just nothing. Then I see her last night. Don't care anymore. There's just something. There is like. I don't get it.
So we are diametrically opposed on that match then.
Yeah.
'Cause I love Asuka.
I just don't get it. I don't see what the benefit of her is at all.
She's extremely fun to watch.
Is she?
Yes.
And maybe it's just me. To me, watching her work, it's sloppy.
Okay. All right. I mean, you know way more about wrestling than I do. You've watched a lot more wrestling than I have.
Oh, and I know I am very much in the minority on this.
Yes.
But like, I cannot connect with her on any level whatsoever.
That's fair.
So I cheered for Mandy the whole time, very loudly, and got a text about one point during that match where it's like, "We can hear you chanting for Mandy on television. Please stop."
Amazing.
And I'm like, I will never stop until she is the WWE, until she reunifies the women's champion, when she's the Raw and the SmackDown women's champion, so she can unify it, and then Charlotte can take the strap off of her.
Okay, that sounds
A Charlotte Mandy feud.
That sounds like a wet dream
A
you've had
Charlotte Mandy
several
feud
times.
would make my brain explode.
Your brain would explode. Your brain.
My brain.
Your brain.
It would get even crazier when in the middle of it, Candice LeRae debuts, and then I don't know what to do. I'm in a padded room for the rest of my life. All right. So Mandy got screwed. That was that match. Next up on SmackDown Live
Mandy got what she had coming to her.
was the triple threat.
Yes.
Yes.
That was incredible. Just the entire place doing the yes.
Yeah.
Every time with him.
It's
It
awesome.
was
Joe, it was way more hella over than I thought he would be.
yeah.
I don't know why I had like, people cheer for him. He's Joe, but like the whole crowd was like behind him too.
Yeah.
And then no one gave a shit about Big Cass.
It's because Big Cass is a waste of space.
Correct.
A waste of 7 feet of space.
And you can't teach that.
No.
Let's see. Good triple threat. Again.
Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was it was a lot of fun. Just the whole like
It was a long main event too.
it was. I've never been huge into the triple threats. It just feels like it's like, all right, well, it's going to be these two fighting until the person who rolled off stage gets back up and knocks someone out who's going to roll off stage.
That's exactly the formula for a triple threat match.
Right. And that just like doesn't
And then
get me as
And then
much.
when you have a fatal 4-way, it's 2 people rolling out of the ring.
Right.
And then a fatal 5-way, 3 people rolling out of the ring.
And it just feels like it could be done a lot more dynamically and a lot better.
I don't know. Not without adding some other kind of gimmick to it. And you think about that, like Money in the Bank, like it's 2 at a time.
Yeah.
Or any ladder match for that matter. So
I'm very excited for Money in the Bank.
it may be my favorite pay-per-view of the year.
Yeah?
Yeah, because I like to see what the out clause is. Like what they've determined, like, this is our backup plan. Every year.
Yeah.
Last year that was Baron Corbin and Carmella, and I was like, I don't know what you're doing here. Then Baron
God.
Corbin cashes in and loses against all the odds. And everyone's like,
Baron
cool
Corbin
waste
is
of
another.
the contract, bro.
Baron Corbin is not quite on Cass level of how much I hate them, but I just don't like Baron
I
Corbin.
do like him. He's grown on me a lot over the years.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially since he put a t-shirt on.
I mean, that's a good
I
thing.
do miss the torso face. Do not get me wrong. I weep for it. This would have been before you started watching.
The what?
So, all right, I'll pull up the visual while I describe it here. Baron Corbin used to wrestle shirtless. Baron Corbin used to also be a professional football player. And he was a linebacker, I believe. So he had a lot more weight on him than he does now. And obviously, when he gets
porn, you got
when
up on
he,
your
I
computer.
know, right? When he got into WWE, he had to, he lost a bunch of that weight. So as you can see in this picture, where he's lost the weight in his stomach, there's a little fold under his belly button that's a very flat line.
Yeah.
That when paired with his nipples, looks like a face that's just going, meh. Everyone at home's now Googling this. Take a second.
Yeah, please.
But yeah, he,
like Baron Corbin's nostrils are flared. I'm counting 3 faces in this picture. Baron Corbin's actual face,
the torso
face,
okay,
and then the nostrils and his actual frown make their own frowny face.
Now, I like Baron Corbin.
Baron Corbin, the 3-faced man.
He also just bought himself a Lambo.
Did he really?
With his Mania money. He put it on Instagram, was like, I don't care what y'all say about me. I just bought a Lambo. And I'm like,
Okay.
you're right. Like,
Go for it.
but torso face.
Torso face.
So that was, and then you tapped out after that for the evening,
huh? We stayed for the Gentleman Jack match.
Okay, so you saw Kendrick and Gallagher versus Lucha House Party.
Yes.
Poor Grand Metalik doing all he can to try to start the Lucha chant.
And
I was trying to help him. Me and like all the guys sitting behind, we were like, we're behind him. By this point, I was so sweaty and gross, and I didn't care.
Oh, man.
That's one thing I always forget when I get to a WWE show is they keep the arena so warm for those shows.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Well, they got to make sure that their superstars are sweaty like 2 minutes after hitting the
Well,
mat.
also that way they're not getting injured.
Also that, but
And sitting is like, I was sitting fourth row on the floor too, so I'm close enough to the lights and everything that it, having been on stage, that adds a little bit of
it does.
little temp to it.
A little bit.
So overall, I take it you still like wrestling.
Yes, definitely.
You'll go back.
Yes.
Okay, good.
This was an absolutely incredible event and has only strengthened my enjoyment of the product.
Awesome, good. It's always good to hear from like another, like that perspective. It's like we were talking about at the beginning of the show, like the perspective of the kid sitting behind you or the one next to me and like the other fans, and it just makes you go like, yeah, I still love this.
This is still
I may
good.
sit here and bitch about it for an hour every week, but like, and then 6 more hours online. And then
Sounds
by
about right.
hour 3 of Raw, I start pulling my hair out. But at least every pay-per-view is an hour longer now, since they all start at 7.
That's right.
Going forward, 7 to 11. The big 4 is supposed to now start. It's going to go 7 to midnight.
Nice.
So at least they're all going to start at the same time, so I don't have this like weird like, oh cool, this one starts an hour earlier. Ugh. And then when SmackDown moves to Friday, if that actually happens, that's going to be an even bigger clusterfuck.
Yeah, well.
I'm going to be glad to have that break, though, that 3-day break from Tuesday to Thursday.
Yeah.
But then you end up with, like, Friday, I get Saturday off, then Sunday, Monday, if there's a pay-per-view. I don't know which one I like worse or like more.
What would you change the release date of this show?
I'd keep it the same like it is now.
Yeah.
I mean, it
talk
makes
about it.
sense. And the reason they do it now is for the financial reasons of scheduling the way they can to move the, all the production equipment around and
Right.
everything. I get it. With the amount of money they're supposedly going to make off of Fox, they could, if they move it to Friday, it will be live. It will not be taped.
Yeah.
There's no way Fox lets them do this show pre-taped for $1 billion.
Yeah, no. No.
And also, to me, like, and it's the problem. Like, I just don't care if it's taped. Like when Raw and SmackDown are in the UK and they tape it, like I read the results before and I'm like, I still watch it.
Still watch it.
But I might have something else on my iPad that I'm actively watching.
Yeah.
And that's just there as background noise, so I can tweet smarky things.
You can tweet what?
Smarky?
Smarky.
Yes.
What is
So,
Smarky?
okay. So it's a combination of mark and smart. So a mark is the old carny term for the people that are paying the money. In wrestling, that's looked... I have no problem with being a mark for wrestling. Obviously, I am. I sit here for an hour a week and do a podcast about it. I just paid to buy tickets. I buy merch. Like, I'm a mark, and I get enjoyment from it. Then there's the smart mark, which are technically the way I act, I would fall into. And I think there you can be a good smart mark or a bad smart mark. Those are people that are smart to the business, right? So they're the ones that have, like I read the dirt sheets and all that. And of course, half of that's bullshit, as you've heard me rail about for years. Like,
Of course.
I don't know the inner workings of the business. I just go on the rumor and innuendo that's spouted out by Meltzer and Satin and all those people. But a smart mark would be people that they know the inner workings. And so they're going to sit there like, it'd be like the guy wearing a Bullet Club t-shirt in the parking lot having a beer before the show.
That was
me.
That was you.
Yeah,
that
then
was
I
you.
changed before I went in, okay?
Ooh, good call. Good
Right?
call.
Yeah.
What were you wearing?
I had a Daniel Bryan t-shirt.
Oh, nice.
Yes. I had my Yes t-shirt on. And then I think you can be a good smart mark and like I am interested in all of that, but like I'm not gonna sit there and be like, yeah, but and get into the weird like this one's better than that and blah blah blah. Like I there's stuff I like, there's stuff I don't like. The end.
Yeah,
And it's not gonna be based on what Dave Meltzer says.
it's a good way to do it.
Yep. All right. Let's wrap this thing up. Let's put a bow on this puppy. Tell the people where they can find you on the internet, Dan.
Well, was there going to be any sort of questions asked or answered?
Did we end up with any?
It looked like we had at least one.
Ooh. Then it's time for Pin Mail. You have to do the theme song here. Just make something up, Dan.
It's pin mail time to mail in your pins. No, hold on. It's pin mail time to pin that mail to the ground and make it submit. Wait for it to tap out. Pin mail.
Okay. We had one question from Pat Clark. Jacob and or Kylie Slavin are more likely to appear on which podcast first? Cheaters Never Pin or Cheaters Never Win?
Cheaters never win.
Whoa!
Oh, all right.
There's no way they come on this podcast.
I mean, there's no way they get on Cheaters Never Win. No, that's not true. Actually, there's probably a very good chance that they do that.
Mike and Derek are very nice guys. I sit here and just espouse the F word for an hour a week.
It's fair, but that extra C is for fuck.
It's not.
Oh, well, shit. Then, yeah, probably Cheaters Never Win.
The second C stands for count out.
I did retweet that video with last night with the extra C stands for can't account for taste.
Oof.
Because the Bludger Brothers.
That's funny. But not funny.
Not funny.
Because he's not wrong.
But yeah, I think probably Cheaters Never Win.
Yeah, we lose that one, and I'm fine with that. It's because then he'd just come up and be like, I watched a video on the internet, and I'd be like, oh, God, can you have some energy, please?
No, I don't. I mean, there was also, I don't know if you know, I play hockey.
And then Renee Young just staring at him in the corner the whole time, like, can you give me something, please?
I had a sandwich for lunch today. It was a Cuban, but I didn't have mustard on it.
Oh, that's not Cuban.
Yeah, I know. I was just doing it.
I know.
Thing. I didn't.
And then I was just commenting on. Dan, tell the people where they can find you on the internet.
There's another question. Did you see Derek?
No.
Asked a question?
I did not.
Derek asked a question.
Oh, I got another. There's another one. It's happening in real time.
This is great.
Oh, yeah, here you go. It's when this here. I didn't see it. Who was your first favorite wrestler?
So my first favorite wrestler was
Derek.
Derek.
Because wrestler.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Go on.
I mean, in that case, the answer is Samantha, like, hands down.
Shots fired.
So of course, not knowing anything about wrestling going into the Royal Rumble, with like what I was watching during that time, Gentleman Jack, without a doubt, like wrestling in a fucking vest, and it's like, yes, give
dig
me
that.
more of that. And then he wasn't wearing it last night.
No. Well, because now he's a heel.
Really?
Yeah.
Nah, boo.
Yeah.
But
He
yeah,
wears
so
pants now.
that I would say he was my first favorite wrestler, and then very, very quickly after that it changed to Matt Hardy, and has stayed Matt Hardy for a long time. Yes.
Triple H.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just was.
What drew you to Triple H?
I honestly cannot tell you. Like, I'm sure there was an instance where it clicked for me when I was younger. I don't remember what it was.
Okay.
But he was the one I connected with the most, which is great as a child when you're like, cool, he drugged and married Stephanie McMahon. I want to be like that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway. Next pin mail question. Coming from Matt, tweets from Seth. How jealous do you think Jacob Slavin was of the catering in WWE compared to the Peter Carmanos era or post Dundon Day? Probably pretty jealous.
I would have
those
to think
guys,
so.
Those guys eat very well.
They do.
So.
They've got to be able to keep up those amazing physiques,
Right?
rather than the doughy bodies that the Canes have. No, they don't. We don't have many soft bodies.
No.
But anyway,
We have one hard body as our head coach, though.
that is very true, and that is the hardest body that has ever bodied. But no, I think he's probably like on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's catering, and 10
How appropriate.
and 10 being like actively stealing it. I think he'd probably be an 8.
Yeah. I was going to say about 7.
Yeah.
So we're right.
7.5.
Yeah.
7.5.
We'll settle on that. Yeah. All right. Let me check one more time since all the pin mail just started rolling in. It's because we're doing the show at such a random time. That's what's happening.
It is exactly what's happening.
Yes. All right. Tell the people where they can find you on the internet, Dan.
All right.
For the
So
third time.
on the Twitter scope, I am at Dantendo64. So if you want to read tweets about beer or just some really shitty jokes, that's what you can find there. The podcast I am most active on is Subverted Tropes. It is a podcast that my partner Kate and I do together where we talk about movies. It sounds like it's like every other movie podcast out there, and to be honest, it kind of is, but we have a lot of fun with it. We're both comedians, so we try and make lots of good jokes. And then I've guested on several podcasts that I would recommend checking out. Historical Hotties, Guess What You're Gonna Hate, and now I can't think of the other one because
It's rude that you're
I'm
just
the
leaving him
worst.
off the list.
It really is. But yeah, go check them out, and would love to hear from you.
Yeah. You can find me on the internet at JC Bobbitt, JCBOBBITT. Anywhere where finer social media is pervade. You can find the show on Twitter at CheatersNVRPin. We're on Facebook. We're live on Twitch every week. We're live right now at a weird time, but it doesn't matter. Twitch.tv/CheatersNVRPin.
Yes.
We're on YouTube. You can catch the replays of our live recordings on YouTube at Cheaters Never Pin. There's a common theme here.
Do cheaters pin?
Never,
Okay,
but sometimes.
sometimes.
It didn't have quite the ring to it.
Yeah.
Let's see. There was something else I was going to say. Oh, yeah. We covered the Patreon earlier. Patreon.com/section328. If you want to throw your cash dollars at us as we dance on the stripper pole of podcasts for you. And then also, if you do any shopping on Amazon.com, go to cheatersneverpin.com first. Click the Amazon button on the front page. Shop like normal, and it kicks a few ducats back to us.
That's right.
Yes. So I think that does it.
Awesome.
So next week we'll be back. I would assume with Tom.
Maybe he'll be free by then.
Yes.
Maybe I won't tell you where I locked him up.
Ooh, hashtag free Tom. We'll be getting you ready for more Money in the Bank again. But I'd like to thank Dan for coming by today and sharing his experiences of his first live event and TV.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, thank you for being here. So I'm JC,
I'm Dan.
and we're going to catch you on the flip side. That went way longer than I thought it would.
It was fun.
51 minutes that was. That was a good show.
Yeah, it was great.
Just chatting.
Thanks so much for having me.
Yeah, dude, it's good to be on the show. Do you want to eat some weird Japanese candy with me for the
Yes.
people on Twitch? Let me go grab some stuff.
Yes.
That's become the new bit at the end of the show. Like, hey, I bought some weird shit. Let's eat it. Last week it was the soda.
Yeah. I mean, I'm always down to eat weird shit.
I don't even want to get into that. Okay. I'm not even going to tell you. I think I've tried most of this already. The ones I have. Oh, shit. No, there's one thing I haven't tried.
Ooh,
We'll
that's
say.
what I should do. I should close my eyes
Okay.
and then guess what it is that I'm eating.
All right.
Guess what it's supposed to be.
Okay. Let me pull out the little thing that translates everything.
Perfect.
This is a good bit for the internet. All right. We'll start with this. Hold out your hand.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I'm going to have one too.
It tastes like a Rice Krispie treat mixed with a wafer that was doused in a sugar bath.
Okay. It is Yaukin Shitori chocolate. These chocolate umibos are very rare, but also yummy. It's these. You can open your eyes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. All right.
They're good.
I'm not personally crazy on the texture, but maybe I just
Really?
need to have another.
Yeah, have another. That's how I felt the first one I ate too. Got more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Knowing, I guess, what it is helps make it a lot easier to consume.
Okay. Here you go.
Oh my god!
I guess
This
I
is
can-
like a giant Necco
I
wafer.
guess I can use the camera here in front of me to show people what you're eating.
Okay, just from the smell, it smells pineapple-y.
Does it? Does it actually?
Mm-hmm.
I guess it does.
Okay. So, this is a shortbread cookie that someone made in a room where someone else was saying the word pineapple.
These are egg cookies.
Egg cookies.
That's all I know.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna go in a different direction here.
Oh, no.
Okay, yeah. This will work. There's some of this I haven't tried yet either. And
Perfect.
We will get to those.
We'll
we will get
die
to those
together.
items. Good part is I can start editing the podcast while we do this.
I mean, that's always good. By the time you're done editing the podcast, I'll be done chewing this. Yeah. It tastes like a grape rock. Like a rock of grape.
These are, where is it on here so I can read it right? That's a lot of consonants in a row. It's described as it's something soda candy. If energy drinks could be a candy, this would be it.
Okay.
Would they
Okay.
though?
Should they, though?
It's this little guy. It has that weird little orange thing on the front.
Okay. That is a weird little orange thing.
Let's see here. Okay. All right. here we go. And then I think after this, we're done with the things I've tried.
Oh, fun.
Oh, ooh, this one's
get
a
'em.
wrapper.
Oh.
I forgot these are individually
Oh.
wrapped. You can look at this one, too, if you want, before you eat it.
Okay.
Because it will give you no idea of what the hell it is.
It looks like a chewable vitamin. Is what it looks like.
10 million strong and growing, Dan.
All right. Come on. Oh my god. Is the trick to it just like
Dan, it's a plastic wrapper.
it's not actually candy, it's just a puzzle to open up a wrapper?
The real prize is getting to the candy. This one kind of blew my mind when I ate it. A little bit.
Okay. It was just chocolate that was like just chocolate powder that was encased in a chocolate powder shell.
So it's a chocolate biscuit flavored ramune candy.
Oh, what?
So ramune are like the little hard candies like that have like a little soda flavor to it, which you can tell like just soda water. That's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
chocolate biscuit flavored one.
Oh. I like it.
Weird, right? Okay. Now we go down the rabbit hole of things neither of us have tried.
Yes.
Shit. Pick a color, and I'll eat the other one.
What are the options?
Pink or purple?
I'll take purple.
Purple. Go.
Again, don't
Oh,
really need my
Jesus.
eyes closed because I can't.
Oh.
Now here's the important question. Which do you have stronger feelings about, wrestling or candy?
Oh, shit. That's a tough one. One is a job and one is a passion. So,
Fair.
that's tough. It's a tough one for me. They are good.
These are delicious.
Sure. Sugarless candy drops.
Okay.
So yours was blueberry, mine was strawberry.
I like it quite a bit.
There's so much damn hard candy in this box.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and chew this up, get some good ASMR going.
There you go. Here's the next thing.
Oh, wait. At the end, it's starting to feel like medicine.
Yeah.
You get that kind of mentholated feel to it.
Kind of like it, though.
But yeah, I'm into it.
All right. That's a good radio.
This is just a Smartie. You just gave me a Smartie.
It is not. I have not tried this either, so here we go. At least I know what it is first.
My guess is that it is a dehydrated banana slice. That experience was terrible. What did you just have me put in my mouth? Is that like is that one of the, like a shrunken down condensed version of a fucking urinal cake? What was that?
I have to do that again.
I'm gonna eat another.
I think it'd be better if I didn't have that other candy first.
Yeah.
Because this one's really good. Second time. It's a fizzy maple butter candy that dissolves in your mouth.
So I get the fizzy a little bit. But oh boy.
All right.
Ooh, I get a little bit
Now
of
this
maple
is
there
the
on
one.
end.
This is the one I've been most nervous about.
The most nervous about.
So I'm gonna
Oh,
let you
Lord.
look at it and describe it for the audience at home. Then I'll tell you what it is, and then we'll eat it.
Okay. Do you want me to open it up?
No,
Or
no,
just-
we'll eat it
just
at the same
describe
time.
it.
Yeah, we'll eat it at the same time.
Okay, so it's gold wrapper with some red in the look at the stripe of red and black lettering. It feels very simultaneous. So it's a little squishy if you put some pressure on it.
Right? Yeah.
But Like, listen to that.
It's like when you mix, what is it? Something that when you what is it? You mix with water, and then it's a solid or a liquid that depending on how you treat it.
I know what you're talking about, but I can't remember the name of it.
Oh God. Okay. Anyway,
Hold on, I need a swig of water.
every science teacher I had in middle school is so disappointed in me not remembering what that is right now. Oh Jesus.
And let me just text my last will and testament to Kate real quick, because I have a feeling you're about to kill me.
Oh, shit, I don't know what the hell it is. So
Is that why you've been so nervous about it?
no, it's just you felt it. Do you see why I'm nervous about it?
Very much so. Very much so. It did not feel like anything should feel.
God, they packaged it in here, so I need to get a fucking knife. Hold on.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Get into the goddamn wrapper, Dan.
JC is so mad. Oh my god, he's getting a knife. Oh my god, he's getting a knife.
You realize this is on video, so.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, if it was just an audio podcast, then you might like deceive people here.
I mean, you also stood up and said you were going to get a knife.
This is true.
What the fuck is
This
that?
This is. I don't even.
It's just pure amber.
Yeah. This is it. I'm gonna cut you a piece. Little to no. Okay, you also have to feel the texture of it.
Oh god, it's so slimy. I didn't expect it to be so slimy.
When I opened the pack and I got my thumb on it, I was like, ah!
I saw you make a face. And now I know why.
Okay.
All right.
Cheers,
Okay,
sir,
cheers.
for whatever this thing is. Watch it be the best thing in the box.
Nope.
I don't know what I just put in my mouth,
I do.
but I never want it there again.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was a pure bar of earwax.
Oh,
God bless. That was nasty. It had a weird cake-like texture to it.
gelatin-like delicacy that is full of sweet flavor.
No.
It wasn't in my mouth long enough to get any flavor. So the texture of it alone was enough for me to be fucking done with it, dude.
The flavor was terrible. It was like it tasted like
Dan, it's also left a residue on this knife that I'm pretty sure is going to like rust it.
oh god, yeah. That is the bit of this knife is oilier than Big Cass.
And we've come full circle. Oh. That
Oh, you know what? I just gave that. Can I have that knife back? I need to cut my tongue off.
no. Sorry.
Jag.
That's a fun note to end the broadcast
Yeah, I
on.
think that works.
Yeah, so thank you for being here with us for that. After a good podcast that we ruined it with gelatin-like delicacies in our mouth.
Yep.
All right, well,
Yep.
I'll get this show posted. It'll be on every finer podcast platform. It'll live here forever, especially now that I made a clip of us both darting out of our seats to go spit that shit out. I think that does it. So thank you for joining. Have a wonderful, wonderful week out there, people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why is it not ending?
That was so disgusting.